Hello, Internet.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Internet.
Hello, Internet. I wonder if
Hello.
I should.
Ooh, the stream preview turned on.
That's
I
fun.
am.
Wonderful. That is fun.
Do I want to
I have the chat room popped up. It still
have the-
says welcome to the chat room.
Yep.
Welcome to the chat room. Oh, okay. I gotta post manually on here that we're live.
Okay. Well,
So
It looks like I see the title card on the stream, so I think we are.
I think we are.
yeah.
I am running a D&D game, just talking about, getting 4 people together to do anything. I'm running a D&D game, and the last time that we met was in August.
Yeah.
We're
Can you make it a year? Can you go a year?
No, we're gonna meet again next week, and we're gonna do 2 in a
Oh my
row, 2
God.
weeks in a row. But that is, I'm just saying, like, Blue California has taken a little bit of time off, but it's nothing in the grand scheme of things.
That's
Yes.
true.
I mean, I'm very proud that we did that. Season 1 is the premiere episode and then the holiday special. Like that is
That's the
Very,
way
that
to
is
do
right
it.
up my alley.
It's
Very
very Doctor Who, quite frankly. It's like,
Yeah.
Any BBC show that has beautiful 1-episode seasons.
yeah.
Did I
Big-
talk last time about the Clerks animated series?
God,
Clerk-
did you? I don't think so.
Maybe
No,
the Clerks animated
no.
series. The second episode of the Clerks animated series is a clip show of the first episode of the Clerks animated series.
That's incredible. That's a
pretty great.
good gag.
It's
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I missed what you just said because I was reading Marcia Sock's comments or chat.
hello,
Little
chat.
chats.
I was saying that in the Clerks animated series, the second episode of it is a clip show of the first episode of the show,
It's really
along
good.
with interspersed with clips of things that never happened that
Yeah.
they're like reminiscing about. It's pretty great.
That is so good.
There was a mechanic. There's a
yeah.
nice setup for it, like doing a previously on Blue California. That's all the stuff that we would have put in season 1.
Yeah.
Each of you returns home after a year abroad thinking about life.
Yep.
Um,
Remember,
I
so
love
that
how on Twitch you can see how many viewers there are, and if you just click that button, it just hides it. So good.
Mhm.
It's like once we got to 7 viewers, I just clicked it. I don't want to know anymore. Otherwise, you end up doing this, or I at least end up doing this weird psychological thing where it's like, I just as I'm talking, I try to make number go up.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like maybe
And
if I was a little bit funnier, more people would know about the show and tune in.
yeah.
trying different syllables, seeing which ones are really landing. Yeah.
Phoneme by phoneme. That is if I was funnier, more people would know about the show. Yeah. I'm actually gonna go use the bathroom because I can.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can.
Probably a good call. I will also do one last bathroom break.
All right.
I had a
one last
grapefruit
bathroom.
soda. I had a grapefruit soda before we started, so
That's great. I relaxed by making a contentious post on Facebook, so that's good.
Jesus.
So somebody at work was talking a little bit about Zoom fatigue, and that one of the negative effects had to do with seeing yourself on camera, which is such an unnatural thing. So I'm looking here to see if that setting exists as an experiment. That
to
setting,
like turn
to make
your
it so that
own video off.
only I so that I don't see myself
Right.
and I see everybody else. I believe it should be.
It is. There definitely is an interesting effect there because I similarly, but oppositely, remember a time when I was like, "Can I make it so that I only see myself?"
I'm tired of these people. I just want to know how I'm doing.
They're distracting me.
Sure.
I can't
Was it
make
like
eye contact
laziness?
with other people. I'm just
That's
gonna.
fair.
No, there is. I don't know, Jay. I'm so curious about other people, but like I have gotten so good at looking at the camera, like making eye contact with the camera, at the expense of actually looking at any of the video.
It's at the
Uh,
Yeah.
expense of seeing the other people.
Yeah.
yes. So when I'm
You're
like,
talking to the fans. Yeah.
yeah. So one of the things that I've been doing recently, because it's application season, is interviews for like prospective students. And I'm like super aware of it in a one-on-one conversation where I want to be actively listening. I mean, I am actively listening, but I want to project actively listening. Like I want to make eye contact with a person.
Oh,
But I'm
Yeah.
also
That is
like, I
such
want to
a
pay
trap,
attention to them and their body language as part of the interview. And so I'm
Sure.
very aware of like when I'm looking straight down the barrel of the camera and when
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, now I'm looking at the screen at like their
The
reaction to something.
performance of actively listening.
It's wild.
A video chat is like
No.
is opposite to you actually paying attention to the person that you're seeing.
So there is a there is a software you can get which in active real time redraws your eyes so that you're looking at
I've
the
heard about
camera.
that. That like gives me such heebie-jeebies though. Like I'm like so
Same.
weirded out by that.
Same.
wait, what kills all the viewers? Oh no, when you click the button, I see. Hey, it's Dread Dog. Hi, Dread Dog. We're starting to, like, our regulars are here to.
Woo!
Dread Dog made the Mostly Walking wiki. The Mostly
Which
wiki.
is pretty awesome.
Yep.
It's like what a great resource that is. For me,
it's
one of the hosts
7:59.
of the show.
Yeah, I know. Me too. I
Dread
love
Dog.
it.
Red Dog, I'm working on a special secret project
Oh,
that
yes.
you might be interested in.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
In linking from that wiki, which more about, I guess, when it's finished.
Okay, so hey everybody, here's the deal with this. Is episode 3. Season 1 of Blue California was the premiere episode, and then the holiday special, Pringlemas episode.
Crimus.
So I'm
Grimace.
You landed on Grimace.
Yeah, well, it was
Abbreviated.
It was Kringlemas.
Grimace.
It was Kringlemas / Krampfest, and we settled on Grimace in the middle.
Okay, Grimace. And then welcome to season 2. This is episode 1 of season 2. Harbor Day. Which I'm very proud of. Sean B, do you just want to tell me when to do the moody intro?
Sure. Well, yeah, I don't know that you need a cue from me. I think we can all just be quiet and let you do it.
All right. Let me summon the weaving the spirit of the weaver into myself.
Wait, sorry, just to be absolutely clear, do you want me to am I going to video on this or in the middle of this or after this?
You're gonna go to video. So I'm gonna do a moody intro, and then I'm gonna play the theme song, and then
I'm gonna go on the theme song.
You can go
Sweet.
in.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good.
I'm gonna mod Jess 9000 without even asking.
Just 9000 becomes a mod of
just when you thought
literally
you were out.
any.
Okay. Ready? Wait. I have to summon Spirit of the Weaver. Okay.
10, 9.
No.
That's right. You count silently for the last few.
Quietly, the Kringlemas tree outside of City Hall lowers itself into the earth as the Kringlemas season comes to a sudden end. This episode of the Blue Flash reports on strange happenings deep within the rotunda. Welcome back to Blue California. Welcome back to Blue California. Welcome to the Triumphant Return, Season 2, Episode 1. Kringlemas is over, but the day continues. Previously on Blue California. Well, okay, first of all, a year ago, there was the amazing Coda Robinson and the wonderful LJ Chandra and the ubiquitous Seagulls. And they all sort of, in the name of doing the right thing, accidentally picked a fight with Vice Mayor Greaves, a short, angry man, and his various honchos, including the Fedora Man. More recently, LJ had a big problem when the invasive forest trees started to invade his apartment. And so our intrepid heroes set off a fire alarm and recruited the community, who came in with chainsaws to cut down parts of the trees. And that worked pretty well. At one point, Coda got a boost. Somebody got slapped. Somebody also slapped the forest. And then it was down to the Kringlemas celebration, where the tree lighting was going on, and our heroes rallied the community against the tree and also against the concept of trees in general. So the punks started chainsawing the Kringlemas tree, and everybody headed inside the rotunda to make their unhappiness known. So there's a bunch of people crowded in there saying, "No more trees and no more trees." After a lot of confusion and a little bit of a stalling gameplay that we talked about later, Coda rolled some dice and found Inez, who is a nice young person working for the bureaucracy here at Town Hall. And Inez ran it up the ladder to her manager, who is no other than Fedora Man. I'm going to take a soft move. Fedora Man, he eyes you, Coda. He eyes you not softly, though it is a soft move. He
Sure.
eyes you hard.
Okay. I feel my soul being stared into.
Okay. Very good. You gain advantage.
I'm trying to. Okay, so we're here in City Hall expressing our displeasure. Trying, I think, to like get somebody to do something about the invasive trees destroying LJ's apartment.
From what I
yeah, if you want to, query me, also, I can. Well, I guess I'm not the only one. Okay. I was gonna say you can query me about things you may have forgotten, but then I realized that I actually also don't know necessarily more memories than the rest of you do. So I think we're all gonna help each other out here.
Collectively, yeah, no, totally.
Yeah, I remember that the city hall controlled the hours that the park was open, and it seemed like setting the hours that the park was open is what maybe was related to the trees coming to life.
That's right. I actually have in my inventory a sign that I stole that says invasive forest open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I'm gonna wield that sign. I'm gonna sort of like bring it up in front of. Yeah, I'm gonna use it on Fedora Man with the intention of saying, look, this forest, I feel pierced by his gaze right now, but I'm just gonna like trundle on ahead. Look, this forest is destroying my friend's apartment. This is unacceptable. City Hall needs to do something about this. the invasive forest is just too damn invasive.
Got it. Now that sounds like a roll. That sounds like you're
Okay.
making a move.
Okay,
So,
all right.
Do you want to consult the
Yeah, what are moves? Let's see.
what are moves? You're going to want to go to the player reference sheet.
I'm gonna,
Basic moves are sway, hoodwink, assess reality, save your skin, face fear, fight for your life, embrace chaos. Then there's like faction moves,
Yeah.
call for aid, rally, gather information, goad, and renege.
So I don't know. Is
you
this
could do one of two things.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I'm just wondering if this is. I was going to ask if this was more of a sway or more of a goad, but
I think you could make a call for it to be a sway, a hoodwink, a goad, or even. Oh wait, I'm sorry. A goad is a faction move.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah. That's what I was gonna say. I think you could play it either way. Like, are you trying to get this dude to do something, or are you trying to get the faction?
I think. Well, I guess I phrased it sort of as City Hall needs to do something, didn't I? So I think I'm just. Listen, Coda is too intimidated by this guy's piercing gaze. He took too hard a look at me, and so I can't address him directly. I can't sort of appeal to his humanity in this moment. I have to call upon him as a representative of the bureaucracy and goad, leverage my infamy with the faction to draw their attention. I'm gonna roll against my reputation, which is a -1 with the bureaucracy.
Oh, but it's against your reputation.
It's against your reputation. So subtract your rating. So actually, that gives me a +1 on this roll. Okay. So this gives me a +1 on the roll. On a hit, they make a move against me. On a 10 plus, they do some. I get to choose some things that they do. So I'm rolling into a. Here, let me see if I can get this on camera. I got a dice tower for Christmas.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And it is damn
Fancy.
cool. It's not exactly really Blue California themed, but still, I'm gonna roll into it.
Yeah.
Oh no. All right, and I got a 10 plus 1 is 11.
What does that do? What does that mean?
That's a hit, which
on a
means
10 plus. Oh, okay, yeah.
They're going to make a move against me, but I get to choose two options. Either they react irrationally, they commit significant resources, they overlook your allies, or they overplay their hand.
So good.
So I definitely I want them to commit significant resources. And
I think that means committing significant resources against
me specifically.
Not to do what you told them, but goad seems like provoke.
Yeah, goad was goad maybe the wrong thing for me to be doing here. Was I
calling down the thunder?
Oh,
I mean, Coda.
Was I trying to rally? Maybe I was trying to rally. Okay, so I accidentally goaded this dude.
Wait, are you treating him as a faction and not a person?
I'm treating him as a faction, as a representative of his faction, and he's gazing too hard. Like I can't take this gaze. So I just got up all up in his face. Here's what I'm gonna do though. I want him to. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have him react irrationally to my provocation, and I want him to overplay his hand.
Okay, can you just summarize for me again your provocation?
Yeah, my provocation was, look, mister, I have this sign which says definitively that City Hall is responsible for the invasive forest. And the invasive forest is in turn responsible for damaging my friend's apartment. This is unacceptable. I demand that action be taken.
Okay. Now I just need to find out what the irrational response to that is. But we're going to go with anger. This is an angry kind of man. So he's going to say, So wait. Okay, so I have to be irrational, and I have to overcommit resources.
Overplay your hand. So you're gonna in
Overplay
your
my hand. Oh,
irrationality.
perfect.
Yeah.
I'll overplay my hand. So he's gonna try and make a counterpoint. He says, "Listen, kid, I know who you are, and this isn't about you. This is about Greaves, because he runs the show around here, okay? Listen, City Hall? I don't care about City Hall. This is Greaves, and you can't handle Greaves."
Oh.
He basically just overplayed his hand
Yeah, he did.
a lot. And he's gonna make a move against you, right?
Yes, he does make a move against me.
Okay. He as he was saying that, he's pulled his hat off his head, and he reaches into it, and he's grumbling. He grumbles something about how he has his authorizations as well.
About damn kids.
And yeah, about damn kids these days. And he throws at you from inside the hat, almost like a magician would, a snaking coil of red tape.
Oh, damn.
And it wraps itself around you, and sort of, if this was still the Kringlemas special, you might think it was a bit like sort of wrapping a present, because it's got you all tied up.
Oh, yeah.
And you are bound completely by this red tape. You are now constrained.
Is it
speak.
Is it just me and LJ in here?
I believe there was an angry mob in the building.
There's a whole angry mob?
Yeah, there's a mob.
Okay. All right. Cool,
are
cool,
there
cool.
any seagulls in the house? Any birds
the
flying
seagulls
through the
the
doors?
seagulls were by the window, but I believe
Looking in,
at the first sign of there's gonna be like shit going down, like, listen, violence, they are on it. I think some of them are gonna come in for sure, and like, try and mob the Hat Man, because he's just thrown an attack against a friend, and we do not
He's
brook that
overplaying
kind
his
of
hand.
thing.
So he also announces it. He says, Silver Julius has some red tape up his sleeve. So
oh shit.
So that's great.
Is he
now you
speaking
know his name?
Okay, he was talking about himself as a third person as opposed to gesturing over
that's
to
right.
Silver Julius.
Yeah.
Can I roll a face fear roll to attempt to just like batter this poor man?
Now I think
Seagulls.
I think face fear is
You attempt
doing something risky in the face of danger.
Yeah.
If you're directly engaging a threat, that would be fight for your life.
Okay.
If you're trying to harm, if you're trying to inflict harm.
Yes. Okay. I will fight for my life then.
Okay.
How many dice do I roll? Is it 2?
It's 2. Also, for the viewers at home, we are playing the Absurdia system, which is a powered by the Apocalypse system.
Yes.
So roll and then add pluck. I got naturally an 11, and I add 2 for pluck, so 13.
Oh damn!
Natural 11. So 13.
13.
Can you tell me what happened? I have the books and stuff somewhere.
Okay.
Also,
I have it. If you
quick
don't,
reminder
kinda.
quick reminder to always look at your character sheets as well, because you do have special moves on there.
Yes.
But
Yeah, that's true. I always forget that. Yes, I have my distributed psyche and whatnot. But yeah, no. In Fight for Your Life, I get to choose. Let's see, 7 to 9. On a 10 plus, you get to choose 1 extra effect. On a 12 plus, which I did get because I did get 13, choose 3 extra effects.
Yikes. Okay.
You may pick the same effect more than once. So I'm gonna.
Wait, is that an advanced move though, Kyla? Do you have that advanced move?
Sorry. You're right. Advanced move. I see. That's advanced move only. which I think you pick when you get new moves, right? You can
Yes.
pick to advance
That's
one
one
of
of
your
the
moves.
options.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I get only one extra effect. My extra effect is going to be to suffer less harm. So the
Okay.
seagulls aren't harmed, but they do inflict a harm on this man.
Wonderful. Okay, so can you
And are
sorry,
generally
can you quickly tell me the totals there? So he -1 harm from him to you.
Yep.
And what are you doing?
I assume I just inflict a harm because it says you and your enemy inflict harm on each other as established is the base state of that move.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know what as established means.
what is your weapon? You have
I
you'll
do
have
have
a
a weapon.
weapon.
I have like beaks and wings, I believe.
Ow.
Yeah, wings and
Ouchie.
beaks. Uh,
Does have a
yeah.
damage
The
or
base
harm, I should say.
for this attack is 1 harm hand area, plus
Okay.
intimidating.
Okay. So you're doing 1 harm to him and intimidating, or are you doing an additional harm to him?
I'm doing 1 harm to him and intimidating.
Okay. So you
So
this is
we
brutal
Wait,
actually.
I
Yeah.
I think we kind of we fly in as a flock, a la the birds, and we
Yeah.
get all up on his face. I think it's not, it's not a very well organized attack because the seagulls are not very well organized. But there's lots of like pecking beaks right near his face and like
sure,
swatting wings
sure.
and generally like you know scratching things and being a nuisance.
Yeah. So
How dare you? How dare you do
oh, I
something
think I know what I'm gonna
to
do.
my
Okay,
friend?
so Blue California is gonna be largely, bloodless.
Mhm.
So even though by the books this might sound more like an essence damage, this is actually gonna be, it's part of his person. So what you're gonna be doing is instead of drawing all sorts of blood on this guy, what you're doing is tearing up his amazing hat and
I
his
was gonna say,
wonderful suit.
are we fucking with his hat? Because we will absolutely fuck with that hat.
Oh
And as you take the
no.
hat,
He was pulling that
as you
head off.
take the
He
hat, as one of you flies the hat out of his hands, you notice that it glints because it has a really razor sharp silver odd job thing
he's got an
on
odd
the
job
rim.
hat. Are
He's
you
got an odd job
are you
hat.
telling me that this man was pulling off a fedora until a seagull pulled off his fedora?
And now the
Well, he
seagulls
was.
are pulling off his fedora. If we could wear it, we would. I'm gonna say that
Yeah,
they
it's
drop
all
it
true.
outside on top of one of the other seagulls. It doesn't actually fit. The seagull fits entirely inside the fedora because it's a bird. But
Entirely inside the
they're
fedora.
pulling it off.
Everybody's pulling it off, and so that's amazing. He would have harmed you otherwise, but what you did is cleverly disarmed him. Um, and so now
Wow.
he's intimidated as well. Uh, so he's
Ooh.
actually going to try and disengage. You can tell that he's kind of stumbling and he's overwhelmed. He's lost his cool at this point, and he's looking scared, and he's trying to you know what he's trying to do, and this is tragic. He's trying to go find a corner to hide in, but he's in a rotunda.
So he's just
Completely cornerless.
Um, so that
Like a
happens.
big old nest. We're on our home turf, yo.
I love how I'm like, okay, my brain is like, okay, who's next up in the initiative order, and then it's just like, no, all we have is a novel. Like, okay, so then that happened. Um. So anyway,
so
how are you
so
doing?
I mean, I'm at the so I'm LJ. That's first of
Yeah.
all, I'm reorienting myself.
Yep, yep.
I think it's very on brand for it to have been several months and for me to be trying to figure out exactly where and when I am.
That's true.
There's so I'm with the mob, right? We came in here looking for some authority to speak to.
Yes.
Um
Although the mob
And
is not necessarily affiliated directly with our cause, the mob was just kind of excited about the
we're,
idea of trees in some capacity.
we've really aligned. I mean, I think that aren't they excited about the lack about trees and like aren't they fairly anti-tree, or is there a mixture of
I think they
anti and
were
pro-tree people
yeah,
in this mob? They just all have strong feelings.
I think they were anti Kringlemas tree.
Okay.
But yes.
And I think that we did do some rallying to make them anti
Yeah.
all trees. That's how I
Yeah,
remember.
you got them from you did some successful
move.
rolling to get them
Yeah.
from anti-Kringlemas to just anti-tree.
But
Now that is a fervor that will die down. That's
Yeah.
you know.
Sure.
Yes.
That's like
Yes.
when you're at a protest and you're like really into it, and then the crowd starts chanting something that you kind of half agree with, but like you're still going with it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
So
I recall, the like negative consequence on the roll that we made to rally was that we lose control of the the crowd to some extent. Like they have their own agenda.
okay. So they are probably also circling the rotunda looking for something useful. I feel like I was sort of with them, but this just to reorient myself. This like this guy is the only thing. He's the only authority or like person that is visible in this rotunda, right? I know that it was sort of like a weirdness about this place, but we
Uh,
can't find any other way. I mean, I think what we were trying to do is find some other authority to go to, is get further towards Grieve.
And
I
yeah.
think
Okay.
here's the rules on the rotunda currently. Basically, and I think this is kind of cool, and I'll use this in the future too. Due to the latent wards of bureaumancy going on, you are very confused when navigating it, which means simply that if you want to do something here productive, you will have to make a move to do it.
Okay.
Let's see.
If he's already running away, like trying to flee, can we just like try to follow him?
Yeah, that's where I'm at. I think that this guy's the only person who has any sense of direction here. I think that like even if it means leaving the crowd behind, probably
Yeah,
try to pursue this
and
guy. It sounds like that's not trivial, right? Like it's a
well,
complete
since you've already made moves in regard to this dude, and your moves are paying off, you won't have to make a different move to just follow him. If you wanted to be fancy about it, like if you wanted to follow him without him ever noticing, that might be a different move or something. But
I think I'm pretty riled up.
The gulls do
Sorry,
nothing
Sonia.
with subtlety. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
for sure, for sure.
I'm afraid that I might be overplaying my hand here, but I've just been sort of like wrapped in. I've been tied up in red tape in a like clearly supernatural sort of act. Like I've had supernaturally. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Didn't mean to cut you off there, but I wanted to say, so far as clearly supernatural things that have happened, you've been wrapped up in red tape, and LJ has been slapped by a tree.
Is this a moment in which sort of being directly acted upon by like a supernatural event like this that I could embrace chaos?
Absolutely.
Because I think I've been really wanting to do that for a while. I think I'm gonna do that. I think Coda's deal in season 2 is that he doesn't like that weird shit is happening around him. It's taken a whole year of his life and a bunch of other stuff too, and now he's got kind of a vendetta against it. So he's unhappy with the prospect that some guy in a fedora could just sort of like make some fucking magic red tape appear around him. He doesn't like it. He wants it to stop, and he's going to embrace that chaos in order to try to control it.
I'd love to give you a bit of a devil's bargain, and this is outside of the, this is made up homebrew, so it may be not balanced well, but um, if you get with that attitude about it, if Coda, you could use it now, you could use it another time. Anytime that Coda, if you want to act on that impulse of I don't like that there's weird stuff happening, I could let you take oh, I know what. I'll let you do a reroll whenever you want to use it, but if you use the reroll, you're gonna take a -1 to your reputation with the entropy.
Okay. Okay. I will keep that in mind. We'll see if and when I need that. I'm gonna roll now to embrace this chaos, and I get a +2 on this roll. And I rolled a 6. +2 is 8, which is a hit. On a 7 to 9, you choose one and the GM chooses one off of this list. Do you have this list, Lee, or do you want me to read it?
1 second, I was just looking at Snail Simulator devs thing. Says, hey mods, just FYI, the link listed below is a bit malformed. Something day night TV. Weird. And then Jess 9000 said Coda desires to live in precedented times.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Can you let's can you bring me back into the world of
Yes.
Blue?
So I just embraced chaos. I got a hit. I got an 8, which means that I get to choose one of these effects and you get to choose one of these effects.
Ooh, oh, wonderful.
I think. Oh man, there's some good stuff on this list, but I think that I want to, like, my immediate goal here is to get out of the red tape that is literally entrapping me. So I'm going to quell the power's effect and burst through this red tape and just sort of shred it.
Wonderful. And now I get to do one. That is so delightfully delectable.
Yes. And yeah, some of these are pretty bad, so.
Do you want to read them out for the sake of the audience of what your
I
options
can.
are?
So the options that Lee's choosing between here, you gain a clear understanding of the power's source, effects, and motives. You quell the power's effects or fan its flames, which I think that's the one that I chose, so I don't think that you can choose that one. You briefly wield the power's effect. You subvert this power to achieve your ends. Take +1 forward. Here's the real stuff. You inflict or heal 1 harm on a nearby target. You mark or erase 1 essence.
Okay, I gotta go with the one that feels juiciest. I'm gonna say you gain a clear understanding of the power's source.
Ooh.
Well, I can't give you clear understanding. I can give you clearer. I'm gonna give you like a hint. So you slice through this red tape and it falls to the ground. And when it touches the ground, it starts to emulsify into like a sort of like oil, you know?
Yeah.
Kind of like, I guess, like a X-Files sort of all-purpose alien-looking black oil. Except maybe it's the sort of crimson. And it just sort of starts to slide together on the ground around your feet. And then it sort of forms a rivulet and winds its way down toward the center of the rotunda, and you see it disappear down into like a little grate on the floor of City Hall. So that's just a little look at bureaumancy that I didn't even see coming.
So when you say a grate, is it like a heating grate, or is this like a prison shower with like grates on the floor? Like,
yeah, it's a liquid grate. Like it's like a bathroom.
It's designed for this.
It's designed to drain liquid.
Okay.
If we
all
want
right.
let's see. Yeah. Bureaucracy flows downhill.
Bureaucracy flows downhill.
Interesting.
And I didn't know that was going to be a thing, but here we are. And what does that mean for us?
So are we? I assume it's that drain is pretty nearby, so we still probably want to follow this guy
Yeah.
and not follow the liquid.
Yeah, I think we pick the man who's no longer pulling off a fedora over following liquid into a basement. I think.
Well, and there's
That's
also
probably
there's kind of a dream logic to this as well, where it's like, I have written down, what could happen. There's various ways of resolving situations. That was just off the dome. What that means, though, is that even though I have different ideas of how this episode could go and how this arc could go, if you were to like follow that tangent, then using the magic of the human brain, I would weave that into
Well, I was going to ask how
into
big
the
is
solution somehow.
how
Yeah,
big is the grate? Is the
Is the
grate big
great
enough
big?
for?
Okay, yeah,
yes.
Is it
Oh no,
big
it's
enough
only
for
like
one
this big.
seagull?
It's like, oh, for a seagull.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
One by one, as many seagulls could get in there as they wanted if it was open. But it's a grate.
Oh, it's a grate, so they can't.
I-
So maybe
That being said, like
Speaking of-
if there's anyone who knows how to get into a grate, it's probably the seagulls of
I
Blue
was gonna
California.
I was gonna say maybe one of the seagulls goes over and starts like pecking at it and looks back at you guys like, "Are you gonna help me with this?"
I'm blowing my own mind. This is a kaleidoscope.
Okay. I'm
Listen,
trying.
Lots of things attacked our friend, and one of them was this piece of red tape. So we just
Sure.
don't like. One of my, I think, like class things is that I hold grudges. So we can't let things go.
Yeah. And I think
love
it makes
this
sense for
system.
the
I love this
seagulls to
system.
follow the logic of like follow whatever shiniest, and for
Yeah.
the world to follow a certain dream logic. I want to keep, even though LJ is very confused, I want to keep LJ's at least eye on the ball of what is the most
Yep.
likely to stop trees from
Yeah,
eating my house. And I don't think the grate is that, right? I think I'm looking for someone within this building. So I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna proceed.
Oh, well, so
yeah.
the rest of the seagulls will also proceed, but this one is gonna stay. And can I do the roll that's like try and get a faction to help me to see if I can get anyone from the mob to help me open the grate?
you
like
can
one
do
of-
whatever move you want, and I can't stop you.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Let me find the rules.
I gotta
have
make
all
a
these rules
countdown
everywhere.
note. So what
Uh,
did the beach do? It invade.
I guess it's rally, and my relationship with community is +1. So I'm gonna try and rally the community here.
Okay. Do you wanna narrativize that for me?
Sure. I think like so most of the seagulls are going with LJ and Coda. One of the seagulls is like landed on a desk and is trying to find the punk who looks like he is most ready to just do violence for no reason,
Uh-huh.
and see if we can get him to commit some vandalism on the thing by like grabbing at his shirt and pulling him a little bit in a direction and then like flying over towards the grate and like pecking at the grate and then like looking up expectantly.
That's awesome.
And I'm gonna roll for it. See what
okay.
happens.
As a side note, as you can tell, my attention span here is, I'm getting used to it, but the attention span to run this show is just wild. So like sometimes I'll look in the wrong window and I'll be like, "Can you please just say what you just said?"
Yeah, no, that's fair. So I'm rolling rally with the faction. I got a 9 plus. Do I add the faction point? I assume
think
I
you add
add
the faction point.
Yeah, so that would be 10. On a 10 plus, choose 3 options. They will do exactly as you asked. You won't owe them a debt in return because I'm a seagull. And let's go with they call upon additional resources from their faction. So if he can't do it by himself, he'll get somebody else, some other punk to help him with it.
Okay. So you incite the members of this. You're inciting a member of the. Now, if you're going with the punks, that's underbelly.
Oh, all right
Um,
then.
I mean, that's
We'll we'll go with
well. I mean,
community because communities.
everybody contains multitudes, but
Yeah, I'm gonna go with community because that's the faction that I have +1 with.
Okay,
So it's the most likely to commit violence of the normal people in this mob, not the
sure,
punks.
sure. Um, but the thing is, okay, so using, uh, okay, and you owe them a debt, and
The Dead is one of the ones I do not do because I got 10, so I get to choose
okay,
3.
so you canceled your debt, and what were the other two?
I canceled the debt. I They do exactly as I asked, and they call upon additional resources
This
if
is wild
necessary.
because this is the second time you've done this with the community. Okay,
I've I've rolled quite well the past few times, luckily.
okay, okay.
It's
So
just the one seagull. We're just going to
we're
more or less scout.
we are running into a thing though where well, you can make whatever moves you want, and I can't stop you. It does behoove you, however, to narratively drive slash justify it. So
So
can
so this
you tell
here's
me?
yeah, so this thing, like I saw this thing came from a ribbon and the ribbon was like attacking my friend. So
Yeah.
I want to eat it. I want to find it and
So
eat it.
right, but how? What does it look like that you are rallying? Like, tell me how you rally the community in this way.
Uh
Like, like, do they think that there are trees down there?
I
Like,
think
what's the
can
pitch here?
can the rally be that like I'm trying to do one of those like slapstick comedy things where I annoy them into trying to attack me and then I move out of the way so they hit the grate instead.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I can imagine that as a bit. Um, okay,
Like,
okay, okay.
like go like land on their head, like peck at their hair a little bit, like I'm a nuisance, and then like
Sure.
fly over, land on this thing, like I'm just standing right here. Anybody could just come and try and hit me if they wanted.
Yeah, so of the various of tools and stuff that they had outside for the tree destruction fest, there was chainsaws, there was they had signs, picket sign, like picket signs. There were ladders. Uh, there's got to be a tool. There's got to be something less like a chainsaw and more just like a tool that someone could swat at a gull with.
Are they trying
Um,
to like how it's a floor grate? Are they trying to upsweep a gull and catch the pig? Like I'm trying to picture
well,
what
here's
is
a
going
okay.
on here. They're
Here's
trying
okay.
to like
Here
knock up the knock the
here's what I'm
gull.
thinking. Here's what I'm thinking is there's somebody's holding a heavy piece of okay, pitch to the writers room. What's like a heavy piece of like lawn care or tree trimming stuff
Ooh,
that could destroy a grate like this if like accidentally?
There's like
what if
giant
these
Something
are
heavy.
Like a
shears.
Okay,
hoe
could
or
any of these
shears,
heavy?
a
people
hoe, yeah.
could any of these people be lumberjack affiliated and have those toe shoes? Have basically like they're catching their
Oh,
Hmm.
feet on the grate. They're like
steel-toed
they hate
shoes.
to
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
physically and like
Okay.
like the what are they called? You know the things where you can like kick into the tree and you can stick the
Oh yeah,
Oh,
those things.
like
Okay.
and this thing gets caught in the
oh.
grate. That's about the best I can
Yeah.
figure out how you
Okay.
get
Okay. So here's what I'll say. There's a man. There's a man. His name is not Cornelius Bouchard, but he is. He has. He's wearing a. He's a lumberjack. Okay. He's wearing a red. Please, what's the word? Square fabric.
Plaid.
red plaid shirt.
This sounds right.
He's just a lumberjack guy. He's got
Or flannel.
the
Maybe.
flannel. He's got the shoes with the pythons, I guess they would be.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Tree kickers.
That sounds right.
And he's got a beanie on. He's got a winter toque. He's like a small Paul Bunyan. And so this gull, you are able to harangue him and harass him until, even though he is a nature loving man, his name is Jean Carlos.
Sean Carlos.
So even though he's a nature loving man, he begins to doesn't dislike the bird, but he needs to fight this bird off.
Tensions are
in
high.
fact-
There's a lot of blood running hot in this moment.
Well, and especially as a lumberjack, you can imagine his internal conflict at a anti-tree rally at a Christmas tree lighting that has turned into an anti-tree rally. He's really like in himself right now, and so he's particularly vulnerable to your attack
what
here,
kind of
your
like
psychic attack.
Yeah.
what kind of like incredibly like toxically masculine lumberjack type wants to be shown up by just a bird making fun of them?
Mhm.
Is what he thinks, but then he realizes that the fact that he's thinking about that actually means like he's not as toxic masculine, but like his cousin would be like that. So anyway, this guy's he's got a good heart, but what he's doing right now is kicking. He's dancing. You've got him dancing. You've got him doing a little dance, try to kick this gull. And in the process, he does sort of, pop the top off this grate, this gull-sized grate. And now that's a very intimate one-on-one sort of thing for a faction, right? But the powers that be in Blue California definitely look down from above and recognize it still as a faction interaction.
Yep.
This faction is in danger of becoming a character. He's fascinating. It's a lumberjack that hates seagulls and has conflicted feelings about Christmas trees and his cousin.
Yeah. And Jamie, thank you for creating whole cloth the lumberjacks of Blue California. I mean, Blue California's got four things, right? It's got sea, sand, fog, and forest, and of course, we're gonna have lumberjacks.
If we have forest, you can't not have lumberjacks.
That's right. They're
Okay.
they're always there.
So one gull from the gull group is gonna go and try and see if we can find and eat that thing.
Okay.
Squeeze
Okay.
into the grate.
You've split the party. Wonderful.
Well, technically, that is what I do as a zeitgeist, right?
Yeah,
I go multiple
yeah.
places
Yeah.
at once.
That is wonderful. Seagulls are still here.
So I'm
the
I'm
seagull.
sort of splitting the party, but like half of me is still with the party.
You are a split party.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
the split party. So this seagull, who can we please give them
an
some sort of visible
identifying
descriptor?
characteristic.
Yeah.
This seagull's the really scrungly one. It's got like all of its feathers are
Scrungly.
slightly bent. Like it's like bird feathers like normally lay in a pretty like flat like little football shaped package. Not so this guy, he's like a hedgehog of just like broken bent feathers and like weird dirty splotches of unnamed material. He is an absolute scrungle bird.
If one
Great.
seagull was going to dive into a grate
and try to eat some mysterious red ooze.
Yeah,
Yes.
it would be this one.
Not
Okay.
the first time that Scrunglebird has done this.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
This is like just a
No, Scrunglebird is the bird
Wonderful.
that eats things that even other seagulls hesitate to eat.
So yes, with a flap and a flourish and all of that, and leaving two or three
Amazing.
feathers behind, the scrungly gull disappears into the depths beneath City Hall. Meanwhile, what's the other rest of you doing? You're following.
Yes, we're following
the dude is
Silver
staggering.
Julius.
Silver Julius.
Silver
yeah.
Julius is staggering under the wounds to his clothing.
Oh, that's
And
him. He was talking in the third person.
He
I thought he
was.
was referencing yet an additional person named Silver Julius.
Silver
no,
Julius
he's
talks in the
Fedora
third
Man.
person.
Okay.
Big reveal. Fedora Man is Silver Julius.
A man who
And-
wears a
And no longer
fedora.
Fedora Man. Yeah.
A man who wears a fedora
yeah.
will talk in the third person.
Fair.
Sean, are you wearing a fedora? It's just that you were talking in the third person. And you see him sort of not, sort of punch drunk, staggering around the walls of the rotunda, and he's hitting the walls, and he finally hits his hand on like a little it kind of looks like an easy button, like one of those that was easy desk buttons, but it's not an easy button, it's just a button. And like a doorway sort of slides open, and he staggers into it, and past him into the doorway you can see that it's just a hallway with tens of identical doors, office doors, and then at the end you can see that it splits in a Y branch, and you get the sense that if you were to go down that road, you could be lost in a labyrinth.
Severance style.
Mhm.
I haven't seen it, but if I did,
It's a crime.
probably.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Good reference
And,
for the bureaucracy.
Is it possible, like, Coda would like to try to prevent this secret door from closing, so that we and our mob can go through it? Can I like?
And the mob. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, I want to
we
lead the
should bring
whole
some
mob into the inner workings of this.
Freeze this way.
Well, this is
I
the direction. Like, we want to get something done, right? Like the mob is being called to like action.
These are the halls of power.
These are the halls of power.
Yeah,
That's exactly where we are.
If you're going after a faction, bring a faction.
So can I like
amazing.
can I like jam it open somehow, or
Yeah, I think that's going to take a move. I know that I'm asking you for a lot of moves, but
no. Moves are what the game is about.
Heroic things. You are doing a lot of heroic things.
Is this? Let me see. Is this a risky action? I guess I'm not. Does it look like? Does it look like I could, just like lean on this button, or does one of these people? You said some of them have gardening implements. Can I get like a rake or a hoe or a shovel and like jam it up against the mechanism of the door so that it can't slide closed? Does that
Yeah,
look
you
like
can try
something I
that,
could
and
do?
that is something you can try. And at this point, we're going to be noticing that the flavor of the game system is going to be coming to play, because there is no role for like do something swashbucklery.
Mhm.
Instead, it's going to have to be, you're not running and hiding. You're doing so. Yes, it's going to have to be something risky in the face of danger or fear.
That's
which
what it
to
seems
me,
like.
so it's telling me as the person playing as Blue California that there is danger and fear here.
Okay.
It's just written in the book.
It is.
So we know that Fedora Man is still, or Silver Julius is. I almost called him Orange Julius. Silver Julius is, you detect in your bones, still a threat whenever he. Yeah.
Well, I remember that hard look he gave me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm still a little bit shaken by that, but I'm gonna follow through. I'm gonna face my fear and follow through. I have one pluck plus one pluck, so that is an 8.
I'm gonna give you some music for that roll.
Oh, okay.
See if this comes through. Ooh.
Tell
me what happens.
I don't hear the music.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Got it. That's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so what happens with that roll?
So with a hit, you need to offer me a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay. Oh.
We lost something.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Well, no, because
Um,
it changed the format of the video.
I broke it.
Yeah, you broke it.
I'll fix it. I'll fix it.
Classic
Can we-
broken stream
can we
layout
bring
problems.
there we go. Much
this
better.
broken stream.
Okay, cool. That's all we needed.
You hear that?
Yep.
There. I have to briefly break it in order to hear anything, but now I do.
Got it. This show will be easy, they said. It's just a Discord call, they said.
Okay, so
That's me, I said that.
you get to offer me a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay.
I always got to go with hard choice. As you attempt to grab like a ladder or something from someone to brace the door,
Yes.
you do. You
That
grab a
is what
ladder
I
to brace
wanted.
the door. You brace the door, but as in doing so, the door starts to close really hard.
Okay.
You can do the following. You can return to the rotunda, let the door close, and have it be perhaps forever sealed. You don't know. Or you can bring one person with you into the door.
Okay. Well, I think I gotta bring LJ in with me.
I think narratively it would be fine for me to even be pulling you at this point because
Sure.
I'm not scared about returning to old spaces. I can sort of rewind.
That's a good point.
Weird
That's
way.
a good point.
So and I think I've been sort of trying to just pursue anyone really, to pursue Silver Julius and get close enough to sort of, have an interaction that's like that's like lead me to someone in authority, which I guess is Grebes, right? We're Grebe, singular, plural. How many
There's a
Grebes are
plural
there?
there. It's multiple Grebes.
Multiple Grebes. Okay.
The
And
seagulls
I'm not-
flap angrily against
Wait, I'm
closed
gonna
doors.
hold on. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
sorry,
contradict
seagulls.
myself. I'm gonna contradict myself. I gotta squeeze one seagull in there with you. One
Okay.
though.
Yeah,
So
just one.
we
since
want
you
to
only
see
have one, Kyla or seagulls, I should address you as characters you are. Seagulls, I don't know if you have. So if you have special rules for this, this will trump what I'm about to say.
Mhm.
But I'm thinking that since there's only one of you in there, you're gonna have a -1 ongoing to rolls, since you're only
Okay.
one
I-
of many.
Okay. I know there's some bonus I think I get for having all of my bodies together in one place, but I don't think that was true anyway. Because one of them's already gone down the drain, so
Mm.
Yep.
yeah, that's fine. We'll say it's Mindbird, the bird with like the little black marking who's LJ's friend.
Mindbird.
That's a
Oh
good
yeah,
one.
Mindbird.
Hey, Mindbird.
Okay.
It's good to see you. So Silver Julius is still booking it, right? Is that accurate?
Silver Julius is he is booking it. He's less staggered now, and
Okay.
he sees that you're following.
Mhm.
And that actually gives him a moment of like, prick. I guess he doesn't swear. That's interesting.
Darn it.
So he's gonna. He's just gonna keep going. He's not running, but he's like hoofing it. I guess he is still injured. So
His pride is badly
Uh,
injured, right?
yeah. So he's still kind of. You know what it is? He understands that he may be leading you somewhere, but like he's too urgently wanting to get there himself
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
he kind of he kind of isn't. You
He's-
can tell that he's annoyed that you could follow him, but he doesn't have time to be annoyed right now.
So we're not as far. So this guy's not really trying to escape us. He's trying to get where he's going. Should we? Would we just sort of say we're able to follow him where he's going, or do you want this to be a move to keep up? It's because I think I'd be pursuing a little bit. Like I would be. I would like. I'm pretty. It's wouldn't know it because I've just been sort of wandering around, but I'm pretty fired up about this, and I think I would want to get as close to him as possible and say, "Take me to Greed." I think that's my laser focus because I have not definitively seen in the future my house.
Right. I'm gonna say this. I know that was like the softest of soft moves. Here's my soft move. He looks like he's reevaluating his tactics here, and in a moment he may try something new.
Okay. I think that this is time for. Let's see. I mean, we are no longer a mob. There's 3 of us. We're no longer all that intimidating.
Well, we're really 2 of us and a bird.
I mean, I guess I still do because I got out there with this. I think I still do have my Zweihander ice pick, which would make me somewhat intimidating. Like more in a normal world, that's not something that you'd want to see. But I think like I think I'm just gonna say I think I'm gonna sway. I'm just gonna say, look, this can be easy. Take us to Grebe.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna
and with that, I'm gonna pause you right there, Jamie. Because we're in the middle of a 1 minute and 11-second ad. So most of our viewers aren't seeing this. So the rest of you who are here right now, real blue heads, okay?
The real blue heads now.
We've got a 60-second long game I like to call what does Coda want? Coda, what do you want?
I want No, totally. Like I'm weirded out by all of this mess. I'm trying to grapple with the weird shit that has happened to me. It's too big. I can't handle it. So I'm focused on this one problem, which is that weird shit, unacceptably weird shit is happening to my friend and in my town, and I'm not going to stand for it. I want not answers, but I want like satisfaction. I want these trees curbed.
Yep. Also, side note, Jamie, next time if I play that game, I'm gonna stick with whoever I was talking to. So in that case, next time it would have been LJ. Okay. Right. We're back from ads, and you were just going to confront this man.
I was gonna make my move, my first move of the game. I think.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh damn!
I think I'm gonna I'm just gonna try to sway this guy, which is not my strength. I have a -1 to cheek, but let's see what happens here. Let's see how badly this goes. Oh, that could have gone so much worse.
Nice.
It's I got a 10 -1, so I got a 7 to 9. So I'm trying to get to Grebe, and you've got a list of what like it sounds like he'll do it, but there's a condition. They either want more than what we're offering, which is demand payment up front. They have a better idea for achieving their goal, or they stall for a while.
Ooh. Okay, can you play it out what LJ does here, and then that'll help me decide what to pick.
Yeah, look, I think I'm just gonna say, idly waving my my ice pick, like, look, this doesn't need to be difficult. We just want to see Grebe. I just want to know that my house will be here tomorrow. I think it's here in a week, but I don't know if it's here tomorrow. Just take me to Grebe.
Okay. He's gonna grumble, sort of growl to himself. Um,
The seagull LJ comes and like flies up and perches on your shoulder and
Oh.
just like evil bird eyes this man.
I think that
This is so
that
tough.
is
Okay.
a calming effect.
This is really tough. Okay. I have to pick the cool options, even though I'm very unprepared for them. He says, "All right, I'm tired of you kids. I'll take you to Greaves, but I'm gonna need something first." Um,
Well, we do.
I have to look. I have to. Okay, the book says I can consult the whispers of chaos, which is the players. What does this guy want
We
up
do.
front?
We do
Silver
still have
I mean, he
Julius?
probably wants his fucking hat back,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, the
Like-
bird still has the hat.
Yes,
Yeah, the bird
It
still
was
have
so
the-
Well-
there are three birds. There are three birds, right?
Yes.
To be
There's
fair,
still has the hat. Yes.
There's one bird in a fedora out there,
I
right?
was gonna say I think the bird with the fedora is still outside the door. Also, I mean, not to tip our hand completely, but I think we do still have the like city hall walkie-talkie somewhere.
We
Oh,
do.
right.
That's something that.
He might want
Did we
that.
bring that with us? Man.
No, that's hidden somewhere.
Okay, here's
Yeah.
Oh,
The
is
gulls-
it?
here's an
apparently
interesting
The gulls have that. The gulls have that.
The gulls have that.
here's an interesting thing. Okay, how about this? He says, "But first, I want my hat back." And then,
It's a great book, by the way.
oh yeah, wait, he's the one who controls how these hallways work.
Yeah, he is.
Um,
Mhm.
so what happens when he says that to you, though? I guess we're going kind of line by line here of dialogue.
Does he? I mean, he'd have to take us back to where the hat is, which is with the other birds.
Yeah, I guess he's looking at what is LJ's immediate response, sort of.
Wanting the hat back.
Yeah.
I think I probably look at the bird on my shoulder and shrug. Like say like,
Can we do
you
it?
know, yeah, can we do that?
It gives you a weird bird look,
Mhm.
and the sensation you get from the bird, which again, like it's not strong enough to be like actual words or anything, but you get the sense that like the hat didn't have food in it, so they lost interest pretty quick.
Got it. This is not a high priority hat.
Yeah.
It's also a little disappointing that the hat didn't have food in it. That there
Yeah.
wasn't just a stash.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if it had continued to be a threat, they probably would have kept attacking it. But as soon as it was removed, it seems like it's not doing anything.
Okay.
It's not producing
Yeah.
food.
Okay,
It's not
I think
interesting.
that makes sense. I think that I'm gonna say here, Greaves first, hat, and then the hat. I give you my word as an ice cream salesman.
He says, "Your word, eh? That works for me. Shake on it," and he extends his hand.
I put the ice pick in the other hand. I'm gonna shake. I mean, I think I probably look. I'm gonna shake his hand.
You've got witnesses.
Why not?
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
here. I'm in your
Yeah,
corner.
I'm tempted to try and peck his hand before you can shake it because I do not trust this man.
Yeah.
But I guess
Um,
I will let you, LJ, decide. You can tell that the seagull is worked up. If you want to just like put a hand on it so it can't do that, that's fine.
I mean, I'm wondering if we're gonna just end up in Greaves' office at the end of his handshake or something like that.
Maybe.
What happens is, as your hands touch, and as soon as it's a proper shake, which means that there's touching
Sure.
and then an up and a down, some red tape swirls out of his arm and binds your two hands together for a moment, and then it sort of becomes a dust.
Mm, Ooh.
You've entered an agreement with him.
That's a contract.
Mm.
That's cool.
He seems happy with that, and he says, "All right, come on." And he starts walking away from you down the hallway.
All right.
All right, we'll follow
So
him.
we're so
Okay, good. That's all. That's what I was waiting to hear.
yeah. No, I'm sorry. I just should confirm. Yeah, we're going through.
It's a delicate dance. It's okay. You follow him down the hallways, and even though he is a dangerous, strange man, you are happy to have him here because as you follow each Y intersection, which then also becomes entrances from the other side of the Y, and so on until you're thoroughly, deeply ensconced within City Hall. And you can't recall exactly, but you also get the sense that maybe you went up and down some stairs. And before long, sorry about that. Before long, he stops outside a door and he removes from his pocket the world's largest set of keys, which somehow, perhaps using dimensional technology, did not make an unsightly bulge in his suit.
Largest in the sense of the keys themselves are big, or there are just very many of them?
You know what? Both. And
Bunch of keys to the city, novelties.
he counts. He counts the keys and gets to the 52nd one.
Whoa!
And he puts it into the door and unlocks the door, and the door opens slowly and it creaks, and it's like a 1970s door that you'd see at like a very small to medium sized town office building, which is to say it's not particularly grandiose or spooky, but in this moment it seems extraliminal. He walks in.
Extraliminal.
Yeah. And he flips on the light, and you see the interior of an office. It's a bit strange because the desk is a simple sort of metal mid-century sort of by the books kind of thing, but its metal exterior belies its unnatural stateliness, and you can tell that the person who works here is either very powerful or very into themselves, or both. Silver Julius steps off to the side as if to say, well, here you are, and he has a smug look on his face because you can tell that he does not think you're a threat at all, and he thinks you're going to be underwhelmed by what you've found. Also, side note, there's no one else in the room.
Oh shit!
We may have. So he just took us somewhere. Or maybe he took us to Greaves' office, but Greaves isn't here. Okay.
This is the heart of the bureaucracy, and so you do know that it is Greaves' office because it has his big old nameplate on it.
Right.
Nothing would go. If there's one weakness of the bureaucracy, it's that things are labeled.
Yep. But we didn't say to see. We said we wanted to go to Greaves' office. We didn't say take us to Greaves, I guess. Or did we?
I don't know. Actually.
Okay, that wasn't.
Wait,
that
actually,
wasn't
if you did a contract, hold on.
Play.
Well, wait a minute though, because
somebody
if you
clip that.
somebody clip that, please, because if you did a bureaumancy agreement that he would take you to Greaves, then I got to rethink some things.
Yes, that's what I believe. I believe we asked.
That's what I thought too.
But it's weird for me to say, please just take me to Greaves' office. Like
I'm not 100% sure.
I like what's happening here. There's also it could be that we didn't say exactly when Greaves would see us, I suppose, right?
That's a good one. Okay, yes. And he says, okay, we're gonna rewind a
I
couple
shouldn't have,
seconds.
damn it,
And he says,
talked myself out of it.
feel free to take a seat.
Okay.
There's one chair in front of the desk.
I look around to see if there's another chair or something that could be appropriated for chair-like duties. Is there like a little desk with a plant on it?
Yeah, end table. Yep.
This
Yeah,
is our
like a little
next
end table.
challenge: the awkwardness
Yep.
of fitting 2.5 people in one chair.
I'll let LJ sit in the
Season 3.
chair because I'm honestly like, since LJ kind of took front or like took point on actually like getting us to this point, doing the contract. I'm kind of remembering that I am here to support LJ. I had got kind of wrapped up in my own thing. So LJ can sit in the chair, and I will kind of shove the plant to the corner of that little end table and lean sit against it.
I
Okay.
I've got an idea if they want to wait us out. If they
Okay.
want to wait us out for a long time. I think that this is a good time to use my temporal anomaly powers
Ooh.
and to
Okay.
flash to the moment where Greaves arrives at the office.
Oh
And
shit.
then
Oh shit. Okay. Okay.
let me
All
try it
right.
out.
Yeah.
Like to basically be like, okay, you want to wait me out? Like, so I'm gonna reach for that ice cream scoop and assume that at some moment, be it like an hour, a day, 3 months in the future, Greaves will actually show up. I'm going to be touching that ice cream scoop again. And I think that there is a mess here, right? Where I can jump in. I'm an anomaly. So let me see how this works.
Okay.
Can
Also,
I roll this, or do you want to?
yeah, you take the lead here.
Okay.
And
All right.
just
So
like pitch it
I
and roll
roll
it.
I'm
plus. Yeah, I
curious
roll
to see how
plus
this
chaos.
goes.
Or I
Yeah.
guess it's not even pitching. You're weaving. You
Yeah.
weave and roll.
Okay.
Weave and roll.
Weave and roll.
Is Silver Julius waiting here with us, by the way, or did he like leave us here and step out?
He is with you, and he is turning his attention away from you to do his own thing.
Okay. So I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to just signal 1 second to Coda, and reach out my hand to shake across the empty table to shake a hand, and put my other hand in my pocket to scoop some of that ice cream. And I got a 10. So wait,
Okay.
let's see if this works.
We're rolling well.
Yeah. So it looks so I'm so I can wait, is this work the way I think it does? It's possible that this doesn't work exactly the way I think it does, this temporal anomaly shit. Okay, so a specific event. So I'm declaring that a specific event happens in the future, which is different than popping in and seeing.
Yeah. Okay.
I might not be able to do
Yes.
quite what I want to do. So yeah, I guess I reach out my hand, and I reach out my hand, reach this thing, and then I think what I see is I think that what I see is is a minute. I'm just trying to make this get us there, right? I'm wondering when this is going to happen, and what I see is the clock the clock. I see just seconds later that like I'm still reaching out my hand, and that like Greaves is under the desk. Greaves is waiting. Like it wasn't very long at all. Like Greaves has been here.
Oh.
And Greaves emerging from under the desk, saying, "Well, okay."
Now, okay, so yes. The temporal anomaly, so what you're doing, with that skill, as it's written, you would just say, I'm gonna bet that the following happens at some point
I'm gonna
in
bet
the
that. Oh
future.
yeah, you're right. I'm gonna bet that the
But what
following happens.
but what I'll let you do here is for you the way that we're playing LJ, you're betting that the following will happen and you're seeing it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't
Okay.
necessarily
It doesn't necessarily mean
guarantee
it's
that
quite
that's the same timeline.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So
But there's a universe. You're telling me that there's a universe where
there's a universe
Greaves was under the table.
where he's under the desk.
Okay.
And let's see. Yeah. So I guess. So I think that then what that means is, and I've got to get better at using it. So I hold 2. You can
Okay.
spend your hold at any point to declare that a specific event happen in the future. Gain plus on going to any action that makes that event meaningfully more likely to transpire. If an event comes to pass as you describe, refresh your anomaly track. If one of your events can no longer possibly be true, mark 3 anomaly as a divergent timeline occurs. So I just made.
Oh, wait a minute. We're actually playing it super duper wrong because this says at the beginning of each disturbance. So that means a disturbance is basically like an arc.
Okay.
So our disturbance right now is what I'm calling Harbor Day.
Okay.
Now for Harbor Day, you haven't rolled that, so you just did roll it. So I'm going to say for the entirety of Harbor Day, the arc, you have 2 of these holds. You can spend a hold to do this looking forward and declaring that something will happen. So you can do that now, and then you have another you can use another time.
So I can spend that hold to look forward and declare that. So I could, for instance, so let's just roll it back,
Yep.
temporal anomaly, to say like, yeah, I messed this up a little bit, right?
Sure.
And so for instance, I could. So we're going to play it where I can declare an event that I see, right? And I get
exactly.
+1 towards anything that makes that happen.
Yes.
Which it's not as useful right now because here I am in a room, right?
But there's
Okay.
things you could do. There's
But,
moves you could do in
I
this
mean-
room that might help that to happen.
Yeah.
For instance, if you were to do assess reality,
Yeah.
like you could say, I want to assess reality to see if Greaves is here.
Yes. Okay.
And
And
then
I get a
because
+1 on
it's-
that because I saw him there. That sort of thing.
Yeah, and because there's some dream logic to the game system, it's possible that sometimes it's possible that looking for something actually makes it more likely to be there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But we're going to follow the line of the
If
line of
we're
the law
following
on
that
one.
logic, then that works for me.
Well, let me just double check before I get. Well, maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, betting that Greaves is here might be a bad bet.
Might be a weird. Yeah, it's like a weird proposition.
I feel like it would make more sense for you to use your temporal anomaly to see that, like, we meet with Greaves,
Yeah.
or we, come to an understanding with him, or we get the trees removed, or something like that. And then
something like that.
anything you do towards that end, you
Okay.
would get a +1 on.
Sure. Okay. So anything that I do toward that. So probably what I see when I reach out my hand is I see not to crib your extremely cool bit of that bureaucratic red tape, but I reach in my pocket, I reach out my hand, and what I see is I see red tape slithering around my hand and shaking Greaves' hand, this office, and saying, and Greaves saying, "Do that for me." Like, and all I hear is, "If you do that for me, the trees are gone."
Oh
okay.
shit. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice, Jamie. Make it attractive for Lee.
Yeah.
I'm giving you some. Yeah.
You can definitely. I mean, I'm finding that I'm at the whim of whatever the coolest option is. So
No.
I basically, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna sort of come out of my trance and say to you know, Seagull and Coda, don't worry, he's coming.
whoa. Okay.
That's cool.
That's my
That's
belief.
cool.
That's my belief at this point because I've seen it in this room.
Interesting. I'm still going to play the reality that I had in
Sure.
my brain
Mhm.
canonically as to the situation in the room. Somebody, somebody has to hold on to reality, damn it. You can't just... Okay.
There are
Oh,
rules.
there are rules, but it definitely, I mean, Jesus, it definitely like... This is all cardboard. All cardboard. Just, if you look behind the wrong wall, there's just nothing. No, okay. So what's going to happen is you do that. You then notice, and the gull notices that Silver Julius has popped open a secret wardrobe in the wall and has taken off his suit coat that's all shredded, and he throws that into the sort of pretty small waste paper basket, and he takes out a brand new sport coat that he puts on.
Okay.
And now he looks better than ever, except
No hat.
no hat. And then he also like hits a thing on the wall and flips down an ironing board out of the wall, and he starts ironing some shirts. Like he's almost insultingly uninterested in you at this point.
Is it like it seems strange to me that he would be making himself this at home in the vice mayor's office. Does that like seem as weird as it seems?
Yeah. Is Silver Julius just a suit that the vice mayor wears?
I was gonna say they're having a secret affair.
Yeah.
But
Both.
God
Fair
damn
with
it,
his own
Kyla.
alter ego.
God damn it, Kyla. The signs were all right in front of me.
iron your clothes in the like space of someone you're not dating. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Oh my god. How could I not see? Amazing. um so that's what's happening. Are there any items that you'd like to use on other items, or would you like to click farther to the right? Otherwise, if there's a lull, if there's a lull, I will take a move if need
No,
be.
I think Coda believes that despite appearances, Silver Julius is motivated to make this happen because he doesn't get his hat back until after it does. That was the agreement.
Yeah.
I think you as you have that thought, and actually as I'm assuming that Coda and LJ, you kind of have that thought at the same time, you know, sort of player
Sure.
mind.
Yeah.
LJ, as you have that thought too, you see Silver Julius slowly stop ironing, and he says, "Shit." And he reaches into his coat pocket and unfurls a contract. And you see that it's signed by him and it's signed by you. And he reads it carefully and he says, "Shit." And that's when he realizes that he agreed to bring you to Greaves.
Mm.
Okay.
So So Silver Julius has joined the party? I mean, what? Okay, all right. So he says, we're enemies, but I guess we're bound together for one adventure. Oops, I guess, as GM.
Just bring them all in.
Um,
Lumberjack is next.
okay, so let me think for a second. Where is Greaves right now? Hold on. Hmm.
Can I, while you're thinking, can I
Yeah.
investigate Greaves's office for anything I can eat?
Yes,
Good.
that's a real good idea. Do you want to roll assess reality? And
Sure.
I'm about 20 seconds away from throwing it to y'all for the Whispers of Chaos, but there's stuff overall that Greaves wants done. So I'm just thinking,
Lee, do you think that
uh,
that Julius knows where Greaves is?
actually,
it could be
no,
that.
he
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't. Greaves, and neither do I. But I got about 70% there
Sure.
of being able to tell you where he's at.
But if
Sure.
Julius
But-
doesn't know, then it doesn't actually matter that much.
Right.
But
Yep.
but Julius now has a vested interest in the mission. Is now the mission that Julius is on with us is find Greaves, I guess. Like figure out what the next
Yes.
step is towards finding Greaves.
So it could be that
yeah.
he can summon him or call him back to the office somehow, or knows that he
that's a
will
good idea.
return.
Those are all very good ideas. Just to give you a peek into what was happening as I was sort of doing a cerebro there, because I think this is amazing. You know how some people have aphantasia where they don't see things, pictures in their
Hands
minds?
up.
Like Shonda?
I have very strong pictures in my mind. So what was happening
Do you have mine?
was I was literally I have yours. So what was happening there was I was literally just like zooming through the city of Blue California,
interesting.
thinking like, where would he be?
Mm.
Is he there? No. Is he behind Fort and McGortney? No. And it was like, it was yeah. I was just sort of palantiring the whole thing.
Interesting.
I have a general idea.
By the way, I rolled an 8 plus 1 for wits, which is a 9.
Ooh, good for you.
So I guess I have to. I would like to use what here is not what it appears to be, but I think what I'm going to use is what here is useful or valuable to me, because I'm a seagull.
Yeah.
All right, seagulls. But okay, seagull. Okay, Mindigal.
What can I eat?
I'm gonna give you a difficult choice though.
Okay.
When you say useful, do you mean useful to you, the seagull, or do you mean useful to you,
the party
member?
Yeah. I think I know the answer to this question.
Yeah.
Well, I did explicitly state I was looking for things I could eat. So unfortunately, I think the answer has to be useful to me, the seagull.
Yeah.
It seems like a bad roll would give you something useful to the party.
Things you can eat. Yeah, okay, so letter of the law here, it says you can ask a following question, and if you act on the answers, you take +1 ongoing as long as the information is relevant. So what here is useful or valuable to me? I'm gonna read that more broadly, but I am gonna apply it to you, the gull.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna choose to read it more broadly. I'm gonna undo the choice I gave you. Um,
Fair.
you by rooting around various places, you find some grubs, some grebe scrubs, I guess, in the plant, and you can eat those. I assume you do as a free action. Um, you begin digging around in the desk itself because I mean the desk is metal. The desk makes all sorts of wonderful sounds.
Yep.
Um, so again, stop me if I'm wrong about this, but I'm assuming that you pull open the main drawer. You're
Oh,
throwing various documents around.
yes.
There's paper clips, which of course are going to go
Everywhere. All over the
everywhere.
carpet.
And you find a magical item, just like the contract that you saw, and also similarly to the oh, that's a good pun. Ordnance, the ordnance that he launched at you before. Um,
Ah!
you find a scroll. You find a scrolled up scroll in there, and you launch it onto the floor as you look for more food.
Yep.
Can I take a look at
Um,
what it is?
Sure. Unfurling the scroll, you see that it is an ordinance. It's an ordinance, and it is an ordinance that um you know what, you're gonna have to roll to interpret it,
To assess
into
reality?
yeah, assess reality because it's in legalese.
God damn it. I
um
don't like doing
Now,
that.
that said, you could assess reality, or you could find some other way to get this scroll interpreted for you.
Okay.
Also, does Silver Julius like notice us like rifling through shit?
He does. Okay, this is actually very interesting. He does, and he doesn't stop you. In fact,
Ah.
he's not doing anything. He's got his hands in his pockets and he's watching you.
Hmm.
Which,
I love this
as
low
a
eye
what you might think
contact reach for the scroll, like as.
wait, what's that?
I just love that you're like you're reaching for something from this office, probably making eye contact with him, seeing if he's gonna care or not. Like as you're stealing stuff from his boss,
Well,
it's just sort of
I mean,
hanging back.
a bird just pulled a piece of paper out of a filing cabinet.
Yes.
I don't feel that weird about going and looking at what it is. Like it's no longer sacred. It's now on the floor.
As
Yeah,
you're
you
doing
can
that,
just
as you're doing that, you notice that he's at some point put on some like at some point he put on some like white cotton gloves, and he's just noticing to himself how clean his hands are.
All right,
how none of what's going on has dirtied his hands at all.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll to assess reality. I don't know how well it's gonna go. I have a -1.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 7, so that is a 6, which is a miss.
Oh.
On a miss, you might reveal crucial information, or the GM might have you ask 2 questions, but give you some information that is inaccurate.
I mean, we got to go for that second one,
I
right?
know that's the fun one, right?
So you're reading.
You interpret things wrong.
Okay, so to frame this, Coda, what you're doing is, you don't have any legal training,
I don't
but
know.
you've
I have
decided to
surfer
read
training, which is similar but
Yeah.
not the same.
And what you've decided to do is quickly read this bureau bureaumantic bureaumantic this bureaumantic city hall document. You've decided to eyeball this legal ordinance.
Yes.
And so ask 2 questions, and I'll tell you what you surmise.
So
as
my
Coda.
questions are: what here is useful or valuable to me,
Okay.
and who or what is really in control here?
Got it. Your cursory glance reveals that hey, have you ever tried to think of two facts, one that's true and one that's not, about a completely fictional situation?
I mean, okay. Here's my suggestion.
Okay.
Think
Yeah.
about like, what is it that Coda would want to hear? That's always a good lie.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay. Still gonna be processing for a moment.
For sure.
Because you could be imagining, you could be misinterpreting the entire point of this document, right?
Yeah, I'm
Coda?
okay. So let me
Oh, wait, I have
let me
written
let me
down.
give you this. Let me give you this.
I have
so
clues written down.
These are my two questions, and also these are my assumptions. So what here is useful or valuable to me? I think that this is a document that like that City Hall uses to shape reality, and if we could figure out how to use it, then we could use it to reshape reality the way that we want to. And who or what is really in control here? I think it's the vice mayor. I think Vice Mayor Greaves is in control.
Got it.
That is a big assumption about a scroll that fell out of a snack drawer.
It sure
And
is.
I love it.
That's what Coda
So what
wants
you
to
surmise-
believe.
Yes.
What you surmise about this scroll is that it was originally written and signed, because you can tell that it's signed in the same
Okay,
ink
all
that it was
right.
written with, and the same handwriting.
Okay.
You're good at this, Coda.
I am.
You can tell that it was drafted by Greaves and signed by Greaves. You also notice that the paper is unlike any paper stock you've held before. It's really nice. It's also a little like tattery on the edges, as if to say very papyrus. And just by weighing it in your hands, you get the sense that this paper is infused with the power to change the laws and therefore the reality.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to give you some other stuff too, which is that as a human being, in addition to your move, as just a ordinary human, you can see that this is a contract, or an ordinance, I should say, that expands the boundaries of the invasive forest.
Ooh. All right. This is exactly what we were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Are you saying that out loud?
No. Well, no. I guess not.
Saying that out loud.
Damn. Does Coda say that out loud? Coda is gonna like.
Feels really good. Feels
Coda
really good to me.
Lifts up this piece of paper, takes a look at it, figures out exactly what it is. Very quickly and very shiftily looks around. Is Julius like is he like staring at me? Is he watching this go down, or is he like, looking at his fingernails and pretending that he doesn't notice anything?
Yeah, he's looking at you, and he's got this air of like self-assured kind of smugness. Like he sees you reading it over, and he's kind of thinking to himself like there's no way you're gonna, like, kind of a like, ha, don't you see how screwed you are?
Okay, in that sense, in that case, I'm gonna bring LJ in on this. I'm gonna like excitedly go over to LJ and show the ordinance and be like, look at this. Isn't this what we were looking for?
Yeah. Okay, so now I'm also looking at this ordinance. It feels like we want to respect those bad assumptions, right? We're not going to keep assessing realities forever until we find out what's really
Yeah. You've assessed reality on that thing, unless you drastically change your abilities.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't think you have any
that this
legal
is
training either. So
no, we know. You and I know. I trust
Yeah.
you. We know that this is it.
LJ, look, this is a smoking gun. The vice mayor signed this ordinance expanding the invasive forest. That's what caused all of this trouble. If
he signed it, he can unsign it.
If he signed it, he can unsign it.
That's right. And I turn to Silver Julius. That's the way it works. And I say, look, I hope the vice mayor shows up soon. We have a deal about your hat, but I can't promise if things go on too long what state that hat will be in.
Oh damn! Oh damn!
So what are you trying to get him to do? Or
I mean, I'm trying to hoodwink him to speed up this process by any means necessary.
Nice.
And I'm gonna throw something. I think I'm gonna push myself to undo my -1 in cheek, because sway and hoodwink are the same sort of thing. So I'm gonna mark an anomaly.
Sure. That sounds like a whole lot of player character sheet stuff. So I wish you luck with that.
Yes, no, it just means I have to.
Just gonna rewrite. I'm gonna
means I roll 3 and discard the lowest one. It looks like.
Sure. Yeah. Of course.
So let's see what I got. Oh, it's real bad. Oh.
Wait, what is this for?
This was to sway. This was to hoodwink
/
sway.
Okay.
Into believing that we were going to, find the vice mayor now, or the hat gets it, right?
Gotcha.
Because this guy really cares about the cleanliness. But I rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3.
Oh no. Those are the 3 worst numbers.
Those are. But at least I got variety. Excited. So let's see what happens. A miss. I'm caught, trapped, or otherwise in hot water.
When you sort of threaten him to say, there might not be much left of your hat, and he chuckles to himself and says, "Not a lot of legal training, huh, kid? Well, look, if there's any more scratches on that hat than when we shook on it, let's just say that you're going to be spending a long time in the catacombs."
Catacombs.
Are they burying people under City Hall?
I say, and I think I just sit back down in that chair.
Okay, we gotta move things along here. So,
yes.
Do you still have your City Hall whatchamacallit thing? Your far voice device box?
The walkie?
Yeah.
The city walkie? I think that we could probably
the seagulls have hidden it, I believe.
So seagulls so the seagulls collectively have access to it.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna
I'm not gonna here, but
I'm not gonna make a move yet, but I will say let's get Greaves to this office. Like let's get him here. You players, get him here somehow.
Get him here somehow.
You figure it out. Yeah, let's get him here. Let's get this moving.
Is there a phone on his desk?
Yes.
And are there like I forget how phones work. What's the like speed dial? Is there a speed dial on the phone?
Yeah, there is. Wait a minute. Did your contract, maybe I'm retconning a little bit, but your contract didn't say bring me 2 Greaves, it said get me Greaves, which one way to do that is with a phone. So Silver Julius, in fact, picks up the phone and does a speed dial. And it goes, no, wait, there's no speed dial because it's old timey. So it's rotary. Okay. So like 400,
it just
to call
really fast.
There has been speed dial for a while, Lee. Like there has been speed dial since at least the 80s, I think.
Yeah, but you must agree with me though that for peak bureaucratic power, bureaumantic, I love that word. Peak bureaumantic power means that you have to at least dial like 10 numbers on a rotary dial just to get out of City Hall, right?
Rotary dial.
For peak, for peak, you should have to pick up the phone and listen to an automated menu, and then select numbers from where.
Oh, that is rough phone tree hell.
Okay, can I
Yeah.
surreptitiously try to see and remember the numbers that that Julius is dialing?
Yeah, you can. You're going to be going up against the built-in bureaumantic defenses of City Hall.
Okay.
So roll what you must. Is this a fear thing, embrace chaos, or assess reality?
Is there enough chaos here? This seems like a
It is a source of entropic power. Now, okay, bureaumancy is weird because I'm counting anything that's supernatural as also being entropic. So
yeah, I
bureaumancy
think
is a
that's
little
right.
because you're mixing bureaucracy and entropy, which are actually
Which are
mutually
in
opposed.
you
could basically just make me a pitch on any of these moves, including you might want to check your always check your character sheet for special moves.
Yeah. It feels to me like an assess reality to like see and remember something, but
because one of the questions that I could ask in assess reality is what happened here, and the answer I would expect from that is like the numbers that were dialed. Does that make sense? Is that a
yep.
Can I pitch that? Okay, so I'm going to attempt to assess reality. Okay, and I got a 5. So, I could reveal crucial information, so it could be extremely obvious that I was attempting to do this and it yields no benefit, or you could lie to me about some things. I don't know that the stakes for this were that high, so it might just be that Silver Julius knows that I am nosy and untrustworthy.
Yeah, he knows you're nosy and untrustworthy, and I'm also going to tell you one truth and one lie. The truth is, well, I won't tell you which is which. But one of the facts is that the second number is a 3, and one of the facts is that the fourth number is a 7.
Okay, all right. One of those is true, and the other one is a lie. I'm going to write this down.
Okay.
It doesn't matter
anyway. To it if you remind me.
This particular automated menu only goes from this phone. So if you called the City Hall from a different phone, you would get a different automated menu, and you'd have to press the numbers in a different sequence. And
yeah, I mean, this place is wrapped up in bureaucracy. Like just the phone number, the number for 911 is like 10 digits long.
I like that song from the IT crowd. Never mind. I'll explain later.
Okay. So, anyways, he's talking on the phone. He says, "Hey, Greebs. Yeah, it's me. Listen, I got these kids. They want to talk to you. Yeah, they're in your office. You hear something like Greebs isn't happy about that. He says, "Yeah, well, look, I made an agreement. Okay, I know. Yeah, I know. Okay, here." And he hands the receiver to you, LJ. "You now have Greebs." And Greebs says, "Well, what is it?" Forgot his voice.
Have we heard his voice? I guess we did in that.
Yeah, a little.
We need to see you here. We need you to stop this for us. We know you can do it. We know you signed the order. We want to save our homes.
I want. Can you roll?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this
give me a roll?
Sway?
I mean, he's asking why we're here, right? Like, yeah, but is he going to be making a deal over the phone? I guess I'm trying to sway him.
You're trying to get him to come here.
I want to get him to come
here.
Yeah,
exactly. Yes. And I think if you get a +1 to try to sway him to come back here.
Oh, I do. So that'll make it
right. Oh shit! Yeah.
Because this is me. I've seen him here making a deal with us.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So
good.
you're saying this with uh a weird like temporal
Yes.
anomaly
You're coming. Yes.
authority.
Yes. I mean, I might even be saying. I might even be saying you're coming back to talk with us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something that's a little better. You're
Okay,
That's
coming
wow,
back.
cool.
fucking
You're coming back
Lynchian
to
right
speak with us.
there.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna roll it. It's still only a 6.
Damn.
Wow.
And what does that do?
Nothing. It's I might offend or scare or tarnish my reputation or make a rival.
He's already a rival.
Yeah. Make a
Well,
rival.
and as a GM, I mean, as a GM, this means
Rivaler.
it's not that he's not going to come here, it's that he's not going to come here based on
That.
your combo
You didn't
just
convince
now.
him.
So he
Or-
says, I don't know what you think you're talking about, but there's no reason for me to go back there. Things are taken care of, I'm sure. You're in the capable and strong hands of Silver Julius.
I
And
shit on his
I
desk.
think he hangs up. I think he hangs up the phone.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's stop trying to get Greaves to the office because we're gonna take a move here. It's time to move. Our move time because we have a threat going on.
Okay. I still shit on his
So-
desk before we leave, though.
You definitely shit on his desk.
You do
and then
that. Yeah.
another bird, another seagull somewhere else.
Oh yeah, there's still the seagull in the.
Oh
the
shit!
grate.
I forgot about.
If you,
Well,
if you
no,
want to
that's
leave that, if you want to leave that
Scrunglebird.
till, yeah, if you want to leave Scrunglebird for next
let's-
time, like
so
that's,
Scrunglebird. No, we're leaving Scrunglebird. Scrunglebird. That one's like a deep. Like we're gonna let that one go for a bit. There's seagulls. There's the flock that lives on the beach.
yes,
And also a flock that lives on the boardwalk, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They squawk an alarm because, as I've mentioned before, the invasive forest had made its way down the hill toward the beach, but there was a road separating the beach from everything else. A invasive eucalyptus tree emerges from the center of the road and just shatters the concrete. And as if opening a floodgate of slow water, you see that it causes more trees to sort of erupt. So the trees have reached the beginnings of the sand of the beach.
what
They
what
also
time is it? Or do we not know what time it is?
it was a tree lighting, so that must have been the evening. Since then, probably like an hour has passed. So
Later in
nighttime.
the evening.
So it's not. It hasn't. We haven't been here all night. It's not 6 a.m. yet.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. The forest is closed.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
that doesn't happen.
Maybe they're overrunning their time because maybe that
Oh,
call made Greaves
shit.
do something that
Man.
changed things.
There was something about the time.
Invasive forest
It was-
open 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Okay, I'm gonna make a different move. Let's rewind.
Okay.
That was a different timeline. That didn't
Yeah.
happen.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm just the conduit. The weaving happens in another plane. Greaves has a hard hat on. And he is at that road, and the seagulls see him now. And he's there with some city construction workers with jackhammers, and they have begun to tear apart that stretch of road that divides the current forest from the beach.
Oh shit.
And also, the gulls know with their, I don't know, beach wisdom that what's at stake here, probably before noon tomorrow, their place where they live on the beach, and also the place with all of the boardwalk and all the shops and stuff, could all be at risk of destruction pretty fast.
Okay.
All right, so I guess the only way for the gull to like communicate this is to basically like flip out and start flying at the door like shit, we gotta leave. It can communicate to LJ like
Okay.
there is like something is wrong, beach, something is wrong.
Okay, I guess that at this point I say yeah, okay, so I see that. I say, Dakota, I'm sorry, it didn't. I thought it happened now. It doesn't happen now. We have to go.
Okay.
I'm not giving up. We can still get back to this office.
Yeah.
And but I think we're gonna follow, right?
Yeah,
We're gonna
take
follow
off.
the seagulls lead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down
I
with
don't want
that.
to stay here forever. Silver Julius,
I don't want to.
Silver Julius is.
watching him.
Yeah. What
fire
is
his-
what is Silver
You might
Julius
be
doing?
surprised, but Silver Julius leads you back out,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and you remember he doesn't have a hat,
yeah.
so
That's right.
he's
Uh,
gonna lead you to the
Yeah, of course. So
rotunda.
Silver Julius still has the stakes are still high for Silver Julius.
Well,
Yeah.
and I think maybe technically he arranged the meeting. He fulfilled his end of the bargain.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's true because we did just say we need to meet. I don't think we said we need to see.
I don't.
Even
I think.
if
I
even
think
if
we said
did,
like get me Greebs or something like that.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, that's it. We're like so.
You have to give him the hat back. It's fine. It's probably it's sitting out
I mean,
like by the
Kylie,
front
you need
entrance.
to give him that back.
I made this deal. So the question is,
Well-
do you want to honor this deal, or are you gonna think hard for?
Sorry. Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the subscribers' fun game of 1 minute without progress. It's 9. By the way, it's 9:59. If it's okay with y'all, I'd love to go for like 5 more minutes to wrap
Cool.
things up.
Yeah.
But first, I would like to say, LJ. Let's play the LJ game. What does LJ want?
LJ wants to LJ wants to understand the whole ice cream. He wants to understand how the scoops are connected.
How the flavors of the world
Okay.
mix together.
Amazing.
More than he wants to not have his house destroyed.
I think that it's there's a pyramid of needs.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that for LJ, honestly, understanding the ice
Important
cream
and
is the
urgent.
base. But no, I mean, it is more urgent, but it's always in his mind. How's this connected together? I think he's actually quite freaked out because he's seen his house at other times. So anytime this timeline stuff gets ripped apart,
Ooh,
that's
yeah.
upsetting.
that's true. These are
Yeah.
sort of the same thing.
Nice. Awesome. And that is the end of our special ad break activity. Okay, so you're following. Silver Julius leads you back into the rotunda. With a whip, the door opens, and then with a flip, he closes it.
Yeah, I
You are
think
now
the
you're
hat
reunited.
is just on the floor in the rotunda somewhere. I think the gulls have abandoned it because it was not that interesting.
Brutal. He he immediately goes to his hat and I don't know what you do with the hat. Dust it off, pop it inside out. I don't know if he pops it like a newspaper. Puts it on his head, fastens it on there. And what does he do next?
I mean, is he? We've. I guess we haven't really announced that like we know where Greaves is because like I have no way of communicating that to the group. So he doesn't have a
Yeah,
strong
well-
impetus to follow us.
And this dude, I mean, this dude is also like Yeah, I'm just gonna give him a hard move. I feel he's earned it. He puts his hat on and he just reaches into his and he just like calmly, like stretches out his like sleeves, gets things fixed, reaches into his pocket, pulls out the key ring, and just like Hadoukens at you very calmly, like the most genteel Hadouken. And you
Who's
can
you?
make moves against this,
like
but
a Tai Chi.
Yes.
yeah, you're getting
Who's he
shown out
going
of
at?
you're getting shown out of City Hall right now. The three of
Oh, I don't. I mean, I don't think we want to be in City Hall. I think that
Yeah, I
yeah,
think we're okay
I'll
with
take
that.
that
you're
Hadouken. I'll go. I'll.
you're sort of gusted out of City Hall.
I have an important
Um,
question.
yeah,
Is the mob still milling around the the entryway, or did they disperse?
the mob is no longer a mob. Now it's just like nice, upstanding people standing up, and
Oh
some of them have
damn!
started leaving. They've more or less like
Wait,
stopped, sort of.
did
I mean,
Did they join the bureaucracy? Did they get?
did they bureaucratize all these punks?
no, I mean, what happened is, I think this would happen in real life. There was a mob that got whipped up about something that
Yeah,
wasn't exactly clear what to
Yeah.
do about.
yeah.
And they got into City Hall and they made their voices heard in the rotunda. And then
The
half an hour
unfortunate place
later,
Yep,
what are
where
you going
Blue
to do?
California is unfortunately a lot like reality.
yep, yep,
yeah.
yep.
So yeah, exactly. That wave crashed and now it's sort of just kind of there. And some of them are still drinking, I think, like apple cider or something from the or no, all the apple cider is gone because it's
The
not the
holiday
holidays
ended.
anymore.
Yeah.
Holiday.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So we're out.
okay, let's wrap this up. So you feel yourselves lifted off your feet by a gust of pure um
Bureaucracy.
bureaucracy and you're shunted out into the oh god, see, I was trying to be smooth, but what's the name of the circle of like a park, not a parklet, what's
Uh,
what's
like
the area outside of a building, the outside, you're in the area, you find yourselves shunted out into the area outside of the building.
it seems
um
like there was
and you
a tree here, right? There was a
and you see the very last
okay.
moments of the tree disappearing underground as the silo top shuts over it.
Perfect.
um and it's nighttime. You can see the beautiful stars overhead, and for a moment, you well, for more than a moment, you remember why you're here, as the one constant in Blue California returns to you, which is the sound of the ocean. Um,
Mm.
and so there you are, LJ and Coda sitting on the grass. Uh, and the gull, Mind Gull, and the other gulls as well are very urgent. Um,
Starting to flap towards the beach.
yes, and LJ, you don't see this future per se, but you all know that certainly by high noon, if you do nothing, the boardwalk and the beach will be forest.
Damn.
All right.
Thank you all. This has been Blue California, episode 3.
Mhm.